Women are crazy. They'll have children with you only to then turn the children against you. This is a good example of why men should stop having children with women that they're not married to. First off, stop having sex outside of marriage. This is the only way that women can control men.
All hell breaks loose if it's not in his order.
This woman right here that we're gonna watch is not honest.
A shit show.
Wait, so you have two kids?
Yes. 2 sons.
Two sons, one from you said first marriage or
No.
first relationship?
No, well, he did propose. That was a shit show. It should have never happened, honestly. He played music. We were caught up in the moment. You know, it is what it is. But it didn't last long.
Wait, so let's do a bit of a timeline here. How old were you when you started dating the baby daddy?
Yeah, 19.
19. How old were
Yeah.
you when you got pregnant?
19.
How soon into meeting him did you get pregnant?
Oh gosh, I think we were seeing each other for like maybe 3-4 months. Not my best hour, not my finest.
Okay.
at all.
There was a moment in time where she chose this man, and of course, she's 19, judgment's off, daddy issues again, not knowing how to pick a good man. And then whenever she gets pregnant by this guy, then all of a sudden, he's a bad guy. So remember, she picked this man, had sex with him, and then had a child. So at some point, she liked him.
So and then at 20, you gave birth, I guess?
Yeah, yep. I had Jude at 20, and then when
Jude?
he was, as my
Like
first
Jude
son.
Law?
Yeah.
Is that
like Hey Jude. Hey Jude.
Okay, yeah.
Gosh.
So how long did you stay with him?
2 years max.
Okay.
He's
Does
a
he
train
pay
wreck.
child support?
He's supposed to.
What's the custody arrangement?
I believe the papers say it's supposed to be 50-50, but so just for background, we met, I'm from Maryland, we met in Maryland, the whole thing happened in Maryland. I met my now husband in 2016.
Okay.
We got married in 2017, moved out to Kansas, so now I'm a Midwestern gal. And he's never been out, not once, to see him from Maryland to Kansas. He insists that we need to go there because it was never his decision for me to move out to Kansas.
Pretty sure that's not legal.
What do you
No,
mean?
it's not.
If you have a 50-50 custody arrangement.
Yeah,
it's-
that's
he's
actually very true.
supposed
What's not legal?
You're
The
not
fact that her baby daddy will not
yeah,
make
what's
the
supposed
arrangements.
Wait.
It's also
wouldn't
a
it be
means thing.
wouldn't it be not legal if you have a 50-50 custody arrangement for you to move your child to a different state?
Well, what you're
So when it comes
supposed
to
to
what it is.
hold on, when
Yeah,
it comes
I
to the
see.
legal culpability
Yeah.
here, I actually think she's in the wrong.
the legal.
Actually, you would
Well,
be wrong, Brian.
Well, if you have a
Well,
50-50,
actually-
if you have a 50-50 custody arrangement, one of the parents can't unilaterally move the child to a different state.
for what's
Now,
for
I don't
what
know the
state?
specifics, but you do have a 50-50 custody arrangement.
Yeah.
When you were living in his state, was he seeing the child?
Sometimes.
I'm gonna guess. The sometimes that he saw the child, she probably made it very difficult.
Okay. But so was there a court order granting you permission to move states?
Yes,
So you did go to the court and ask to move?
absolutely. Yeah, that's all on
Okay.
board.
Just to be clear, that definitively you did this. You went to the
Yes.
court.
Yes.
Okay. He didn't dispute this? So was he on?
Why did she go to court in the first place to have this done? She's not being honest. There's more to the story that makes her want to use the court in order to control the son's father. She's not being honest.
Didn't like it, but I mean, also.
Well, hold on. Wait. How did you?
Wait, if there's the 50-50 in place,
Yeah.
does that just make it null and void?
So
or?
basically what had happened was is they altered the agreement to where, like, he's supposed to go there for summers, and then, Mike's supposed to come out here and, out to Kansas to see him, but that never really happened.
Yeah.
So, and also it got to a situation to where it was like, are you good? Like, are you okay? Like, I'm not going to send my little kid out there, to be in a potentially, not so great situation. So I erred on the side of caution.
So you breached the custody agreement.
So she justifies it. She breaches her contract of agreement with the custody because I feel like it.
So is he,
How so?
because he doesn't come out. He doesn't partake in his visitation rights.
But
then
I'm a little
also-
confused. You were initially in breach because you were alienating
I was
him.
not in breach.
Well, when you were still living in the state that he was living in, you were preventing him from.
No, I wasn't preventing.
Didn't you just say that you thought, in your determination, that things with him were shifty, so you didn't send your kid?
No, by the time I
him.
got out here. So
Wait. Okay. Oh, the custody.
What are you
the
unclear
new
on?
custody arrangement is when you moved here, the kid would go to him in the summertime.
for example.
What do you
And
mean?
then he's also supposed to come out here to visit. Like, there are times when he's supposed to come out here to visit, come out to us.
It's another form of control. She moved away in order for him to have to come to the child. She was in breach of the agreement by moving states. Just because she wanted to, she felt like it was safer to be away, whatever her reasoning was. And then so now she calls like the dad, I don't know, a deadbeat or whatever the crap, because he's not driving to another state in order to see the son. And now you're going to tell your child that. You're going to destroy your child and say your dad doesn't come see you. You make it difficult already. And then you put these obstacles in place in order to make it, to show the child that their dad doesn't want anything to do with them. And it's not that. It's the dad doesn't want anything to do with the woman, their mom, because, boom, they're batshit crazy. Whenever the honeymoon phase goes away, then the devil comes out. The mask drops, and then boom, they've got you. Man, I'm telling you, you be careful. Stop getting these women pregnant. Stop having sex with these women. They are crazy. They are Satan, literally.
And he hasn't.
I don't think
And
there's a
now, I
set
mean,
date,
honestly, there's really not much of a
Yeah,
relationship
it's
there
up,
now. He's
it's usually
he's a
up to the
teenager.
parents
Yeah,
when
it's
they
like
want
a
to do the
period of time
50-50.
that has to happen, not necessarily the summer every time, right?
So, yeah, and it's been years since I've looked at our court papers, because now, like, he's older, he's almost 16, so, and they don't really have much of a relationship now that way, because my son's like, no thanks.
How long ago did you move?
Oh gosh, like 8 years ago.
Okay, so initially though, when you were contemplating this
I
move,
sent him out.
huh?
I sent him out to visit, yeah.
No, but before you moved, when you were contemplating the move, you said from Maryland to Kansas. The father was against the move. Was he fighting the move?
He didn't like it. No. but
Because
he didn't
why?
fight it.
Why did he not like it?
Well, because we were moving,
Which would mean what?
which would mean that he didn't have access.
Okay. So did you
After
take
we
into
moved-
account what the father wanted?
Yes.
But you decided to move anyways.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not a safe individual.
Okay, is there like a
There's stuff. Yeah.
has he been arrested for like
Yes.
DV or something like that
Yes.
or
Maybe not DV, but definitely violence.
towards you?
The cops were called a couple of times, yeah.
Were you violent towards him?
No.
Okay, so hold on. There either was or there wasn't domestic violence.
There definitely was. It was a toxic relationship.
Let me guess, toxic, like, oh, he yelled at me, he talked to me too loud, so I'm gonna call the cops on him and say that he's a bad guy because he's not listening to me. I can't control him anymore.
It was not a great relationship.
Okay, were you guys living together? Mm-hmm. Okay, was the violence reciprocal?
Not really, no.
Okay, so he was arrested a couple times?
He was arrested for assault, but not on me. This was
On the
prior
child?
to us. No.
Hold on. He was arrested. He assaulted a stranger in the street. Who did he
It's
assault?
technically in a mall.
Wait, hold on. Let's rewind a bit here. Did he ever put his hands on you?
Yes.
Okay. And the cops came.
Yes.
Was he arrested for that?
No.
Okay.
It was like right around about then that I was like, this is probably not a great situation.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't that bad, or else she would have called the cops on him. It wasn't that bad. She didn't call. Like, what the heck?
So I called my folks and I left.
Okay.
We lived in the same neighborhood. I mean, at one point he lived right around the corner and still was not very involved.
Okay. So you guys were like punching each other or shoving? What was the
No.
nature of the
So-
physical conflict?
It was a long time ago. What I remember is that he choked me and I fell back and hit my head on the floor.
Okay. So you guys were having an argument and you guys were separate, like standing far apart from each other?
Yeah, our apartment was like maybe the size of like
A small apartment.
Yeah.
Okay. So he walked over to you and choked you like this, or
There's a little bit more to it. It was, like I said, it was a long time ago, so I don't remember all of the details. But basically, I think it surrounded, like, you know,
like was it a BJJ rear naked choke? where
kind
you
of like
fucking-
a.
Are you guys a choke slam?
Yeah.
A choke. Well, he's a strong guy. Then he choke slammed you like
Yeah.
the Undertaker.
Yeah.
World WWF.
But what triggered that? That's what I'm kind of curious about.
I don't quite remember.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember. Like I said, it was a long time ago.
It does. I mean, I think that just
we
out of
fought a lot. It
curiosity.
was a very, very volatile
Yeah.
like, relationship. So, like,
Yeah.
he would get mad, like, if other people were looking at me, and he would generally, like, project that on to me. Idiot, really. And at the time, it was like, you know, this is my son's father. I should
Right.
probably try and make this work.
Yeah.
Kind of deal,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
get that.
And then, like, there were substances that happened to find their way into our house. And then, you know, just it got from bad to worse.
Yeah.
And it became like a situation to where, like, this is not good. This
Yeah.
is not normal. I need to go because
Yeah.
I have a baby. And if he can
Totally.
put his hands on a female, then he could put his hands on a kid.
On a child. of
Not that he
course.
ever would, I'm sure. I'm sure. He's got plenty more kids now.
No, not necessarily. So she took his child away, moved states because she found another man first, but because she couldn't control him. It's the same old story. He didn't hurt the child. The argument was between him and her, which she's leaving out her side. And so he hurt her feelings. And so she said, yeah, I'm going to take your child from you now because I don't think that you're safe because, again, you wouldn't let me control you.
You also mentioned that he's not very present in your son's life at this point.
At the very moment,
Yes.
he's blocked.
Okay.
Because he started talking about like some flat earth stuff.
Oh, okay.
Some neo-Nazi
Yeah, he's a little
stuff.
like disconnected from reality.
He blocked him because he is talking about flat earth. That's the reason she blocked him. So can we really take her her word at the domestic violence that went on if she's gonna block him because of whatever the crap he believes with flat earth or round earth or whatever? I don't think we can really think she's that credible if this is her reasoning to block him on social media.
Okay. Yeah, that's super interesting. But he hasn't made it a big deal legally at all. The fact that he's not super close currently with
I don't
your
think that he
child.
would know where to start,
I
really.
see.
Anytime that there was like a court case, like I
getting the picture painted of
started
his
the
character now.
the custody agreement.
Right,
Because, I mean,
right.
at the time that we broke up, you know, we were both completely and totally entitled to our son.
Right.
He could have come at any time and been like, hey, I'm just going to take my kid and head for the
Right.
hills. He didn't, thankfully. But before it got to that point, better safe than sorry, you know. And I mean, I really wasn't trying to take his kid away from him.
Yeah.
If anything, I was like, hey, it's your
Yeah.
weekend coming up.
Right.
Oh, I got to work.
Right.
I'm not available. He went out to visit one of the first summers that we lived in Kansas. And I think, God, he was only like, Jude was only like maybe 7, 8 years old at the time. So he's still kind of a little mini kid.
Yeah.
He went out to Maryland. And from what I understand, he spent more time with his grandparents.
Oh,
than
well.
he spent
Really?
time with his father.
I understand.
You know, it's too late.
So how did your son handle this? Because it's got to be really hard on him not to have his biological father. Like, how did he handle it?
So I met my now husband when Jude was like 6. So
So he's
it
been
was kind of
around.
He has a father
That
figure.
is dad.
Okay,
He is dad. And
got it.
like,
But
I
going
can't-
into his teenage phase, he's kind of going through that identity. Does he yearn for his biological father, or he's completely blocked?
because he knows he's kind of full of shit.
Yeah. And
You know.
did he ever resent you for whatever choice you made in that situation?
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
She's going to answer by him handling it is how the mom handled it. Oh, I just told him lies about his dad so he would believe them and not want to desire to have a relationship with his dad. That's how we handled it.
Can I ask? Because I know that you mentioned you were basically in charge of arranging the custody agreement because your baby daddy
In
didn't
charge
know
is
what
a really
the,
weird way to put it.
Well, you initiated that process because he was
yeah, I took
mentally
lead on
elsewhere.
it for sure.
Can I ask why you didn't push to take full custody knowing his violent history? Because I know you want
There
him
was
to be
not enough.
Okay.
I think
evidence
to really and I really didn't want that. If anything, like I wanted him, and still I would love for him to step up and be
be in your son's life.
an actual like living, breathing human being. But from what I've seen, and I'm not a doctor, but he
She couldn't get full custody because there was nothing wrong with the dad. That's why. It had to be 50-50 because the dad, by the court's eyes, was fine. But, you know, luckily the court decided that instead of just believing this bitch. He isn't stepping up because you've already molded your son's mind to hate his father. So his son hates him through your eyes and through your anger. So yeah, he's not gonna want to see his dad because you've molded his mind like that.
Oftentimes, in any sort of dispute or conflict or disagreement, there is a tendency for people to do this thing where they downplay or omit their own culpability in a situation or what they did wrong in a situation. They exaggerate or fabricate the ways they acted rightly. They exaggerate and fabricate the ways the other person on the other side of the conflict acted wrongly, and they downplay and omit the ways the person on the other side acted rightly. My question to you is then, what does he say? What is his position if you were to articulate his position on the conflict? Is he just going to say, I 100% agree with everything that she says. I'm a piece of shit. What would he say?
Oh God, no. No, he would say that I am a horrible person for taking his child away. That none of what I'm saying is true. He would probably also say something along the lines of me being a complete bitch. And he would be right about that. I am a complete bitch.
So real.
Okay. Two different fathers. How old's your youngest?
5.
And that's from your current husband, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're married to him. You've been with him for 9 years.
Yes.
And that relationship is good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's good.
So good.
Good to hear. All right.
If we asked him, he'll say different. Well, he might not. He might be too afraid to say different because that lady looks scary. All right. So the moral of this video, Or what we take away from this is, oh my goodness, women lie. You see that here of how she was talking and being very vague about the details and painting him as this horrible, abusive person. And she has to save her son from his dad because he just abused me so much. No, the dad didn't ever hurt the son. There's no reason for you to keep the child from the son. But the thing is she hates the dad so much, for whatever reason, she couldn't control him. And so she's using his child to she's using his child as a pawn and is turning the son away from the dad. So the son is probably going to end up, he's probably feminized. Don't know, but the son's probably full of anger against his dad, and it's not even rightly so. It's only through the mother's eyes. And I hope that the son or the father, whenever the son's grown, reaches out to him and they start a bond. I hope that they start talking and that the dad explains to his son, hey son, I didn't want to leave you, but your mother made it absolutely hell for me to see you. And this is not what happened. What happened between me and your mother had nothing to do with you. And I'm sorry that I couldn't protect you from that crazy bitch, but we can have this bond now. We could start growing together and having the father-son relationship so you don't carry out her same angry nature and be like a woman. Man, men, please. This is going to stop only if men stop willy-nilly putting their seed in every woman that walks about, because as you see right here, women are not honest. Women are very selfish. Women want to control, and if they can't control, they'll use whatever they can to control you. They'll use whatever they can. And if you don't give them the sex, then they have to come up. Then they actually have to do something that's like actually worth something in the world. But men are getting these women pregnant that are just like freaking, what are they? Just empty, hollow shells. Well, not really empty. Full of evil. They got a pretty face, but they are full of evil. Fathers, it's very important for you to distill good values in your child. And you get those good values from God. So there is no other way. It's very clear. A good tree produces good fruit. A good tree cannot produce bad fruit. There has to be something that's gone wrong in the tree. There's got to be disease in the tree. A bad tree cannot produce good fruit. It makes sense with people too. Whenever you're raised up in a good home, and I'm not even talking about like Bible believing people, because that's kind of a misnomer, or that's kind of not correct. Your children have to see you actually walking the walk of Christ and not just talking about it, because then you're a hypocrite. So if you raise up a child in the correct way, whenever you're born again and you have the Holy Spirit, you are going to have God's Spirit working through you, raising the child, and it's going to be the correct way. But if you don't, then you have bits of evil that sneak in and corrupt you and corrupt the children. Till then, we have these empty, hollow shells of women with pretty faces.